Petty revenge on cheater, left in Vegas with no phone and no way home. So years ago, my ex-finance and I were going to Vegas for the weekend for side work at Rain Fair. I had to work until Friday at my job, but he had Thursday and Friday off. We only had one car. So he rode up with Thursday with the booth owner and was supposed to help her set up. We lived 4 hours from Vegas, so Friday night after I got off I drove up there. Turns out not only did he leave our friend hanging with setting up her booth, he had been with some girl that lived in Vegas the whole time. I worked the fair as scheduled because I was not going to let him ruin it as I didn't often go to Vegas fair, normally only working the SoCal ones. Anyway, Sunday comes and he comes over to get a ride home. Not only did I throw my ring in his face, I also left his ass there. Then on the way home, I canceled his phone line as it was in my name. Come Monday, he still hadn't gotten home yet. So when our boss asked where he was, yes, we worked at the same place. I said I don't know, I think he's still in Vegas. Yeah, he lost his job. Then I had the apartment manager remove his name from the lease and change the locks. We put all his stuff in the storage unit without a lock so he could get it at any time. But I didn't want to leave his laptop in the storage unit, so he comes to get his stuff while I was at work. The apartment manager won't let him into the apartment, so he gets his stuff out of the storage unit, then comes to work to get his laptop, which is in my apartment. I told him I already took my lunch, which I hadn't, so he would have to wait 5 more hours for me to get off to go get it. My boss would have totally let me leave if I wanted as I only lived 5 minutes away. He leaves as he can't stay 5 hours since his dad had driven him out, his dad who lived 2 hours away. Fast forward to the weekend and I go to my parents', which is halfway between my house and his dad's house. So I take said laptop with me to my parents and text his dad since he hadn't gotten a new phone yet, letting him know that he can come get it at my parents' since it's closer to where he lives, to make it easier on him, of course. He says he's on his way. Me and my mom decide we're gonna go shopping. So when he gets to my parents', only my dad is there, who never liked him to begin with. My dad never told me what happened, but my neighbors said there was some yelling involved and the throwing of a laptop. Fast forward a few years, he calls me up out of the blue, says that I was the one who got away and he should have never cheated, and it was the biggest mistake of his life, blah, blah, blah. I put my hubby on the phone, who knew the entire story. Needless to say, he never reached out again.
I can't stop sleeping with a married woman. Basically, I met a girl at work who was married and we ended up sleeping with each other thinking it was a one-time thing. Well, it turned out to be a daily thing for a couple of weeks until her husband caught me entering his house through a camera when he was at work. He managed to track me down and get my number since he's a cop, and he interrogated me, and I basically told him everything. I can tell he became really broken as I told him I was sleeping with his wife. But the crazy part is even after I got caught I haven't been able to stop myself from contacting this woman, and literally the next day I went to her house again and boned her. Sometimes I feel horrible, especially seeing his face and knowing they have a kid, but sometimes I feel like it's okay what I'm doing. Has anyone experienced anything similar? Am I a huge pause for doing this because I really believe it's true love and I want to marry this woman, but something is holding me back? Maybe it's the red flag that she's cheating, but I don't know, I can't stop thinking about being with her. One more thing. I recently found out she is pregnant and she's not sure whose it is and she's not sure if she would keep it if it was mine. I'm so confused and in despair. I can't focus on any of my work or studies. Please give advice, thank you.